So start by drawing the belly and pressing the lower back down from the inside. We'll interlace fingers behind the head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Try not to use too much momentum or arm strength, really just abdominals contracting. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more like this. Last one. And then release down. Send your right leg up. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. One more. And then release and switch. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Last one. Release and switch again. Right leg high. This time take your left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. And then release and switch again. Last set. Left leg high, right arm across. One more. And then release. Stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in. Another little circle or rock. Make your way up to sitting, and let's come all the way into a high push-up position. If you have socks on, now might be a good time to take them off. We'll set the hands shoulder width apart, step the feet back, and feel the strength of your core supporting you here. The underside lifting up. Keep that lift as you shift forward and lower down, low push-up. Come into your back bend, and this could be low or high. Cobra or up dog. You might take a couple extra breaths in this first one, feeling around how is this in your body. And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. So you may want to pedal out your feet. You can bend one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. You can shift the hips side to side. Exploring each shape as if it were brand new. And that can be in stillness or with movement. And see how you can best turn on your curiosity. What are you noticing now? Let's drop the knees, sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. And just a reminder that you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching your left side a bit more. Come back to center. Lift up through table. Come back through down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might let your arms just hang. You could link your elbows, but you can also use support through your arms. Find a position where you're able to let the weight of your head really drop. Shake it out. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. You can have your feet together or apart. Take a moment to reset your breath, your intention to be present. And we'll take a full A series sun salutation. Next, inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, partway up. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions. And then here, we'll take 5 breaths as a resting pose. You're welcome to do that in down dog, but you could also come back to child's pose, sitting, forearms, knees, any neutral shape. One more breath here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time, from down dog, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Take the time you need, feeling what you're doing. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across for a little side bend. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist, take it across. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Sternum rising high, hips sinking low. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square. And with the upper body, letting go. Like ragdoll, let your head hang, let the neck release. Stretching that left leg straighter, longer, higher. Letting the upper body release even more. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Abdominals engage to support length through the back. One more breath. Release, hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. So you might take a vinyasa, but you could just step back or move in some other way. From down dog, When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in and start circling. Especially getting to the tight places, the weak places, exploring your full range. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then left knee towards left upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Sink low. Let's grab the right wrist, take it across. Come over to the other side, grab the left wrist, take it across. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Maybe the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. 100% effort, 100% surrender. Can the pose be even more dynamic and even more at ease? Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Last breath here. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition, finding your way back to a good resting pose, whether that's down dog, sitting, child's pose, something else. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. The left arm can provide a little support. If you need more support, you might bend your elbow. Really reach like a yawn. Strong legs pressing into the floor. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Same thing, other side. Big reach. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Let's interlace fingers. Press out through the palms. Take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels, or you might come all the way up. And then just keep checking on details, even when you're concentrating on balance, even when the pose is intense. Can you soften your face? Can you relax your jaw, your shoulders? Can your breath be steady here? Let's begin to fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet. Might be the upper legs. If you're able to reach lower without overstretching, you can go towards your lower legs, maybe even ankles or heels. Breathing the whole time. And then release. Drop the hands, drop the heels, drop your head. Let that go. Bend the knees. Come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips low, head high, shoulders low, fingers high. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. When you're ready, right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, shift forward and find your balance, and you are welcome to modify or adjust in any way you need to. Lots of choices with the outer shape. Find an outer shape that suits your needs now. And how much can you feel what you're doing here? Last breath. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. Same thing, other side. Left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. So when we're trying to feel here, you don't have to be limited by what you have words for. So you don't have to be an expert on anatomy or alignment in order to feel. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through your movement transition, whatever that is. Coming back to your resting pose, and here it's like sinking back into a deep meditation, or remembering that the whole practice can be a meditation. Letting go of whatever gets in the way of just simply being. Last deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, one breath. Come in. Step right back to Warrior 1. From here, open out to Warrior 2, and then take your time. You might check the alignment you know, details. Anytime you're overwhelmed, start with feeling your breath. Anytime you're checked out, come back and feel your breath. Flip the right palm, reverse Warrior 2. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. Long straight line from one arm to the other, long spine, connecting the back of the neck to the rest of the spine. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. Just one thing at a time. All you need to feel and do is just this. Next inhale, left leg sweeps up, feeling this. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Step back, warrior 1. Open out, warrior 2. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Release, make your way back to down dog. Feeling each moment. And then a good rest. More important than the shape, coming back to a quality. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog, one step, or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. This time, let's take a twist. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. If you can't get your elbow, you might use your forearm. You're welcome to take this in the way it works for you now. Can your breath be deep even as you're in this tight twist? Last breath here. Come back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing other side. Working the palms towards the center of the chest, lengthening head and tail away from one another. Last breath. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Fold forward, wrapping arms overhead, and you're welcome to separate your feet, hip width apart or wider. If this is too tight for your shoulders, you could also separate your shoulders by holding a strap or sock or something. Let go, let the arms release and hang. Now, if any of you would like to take a crow pose before moving on, making our way to down dog, you're welcome to do that. If you don't feel like doing crow today, you can stay in ragdoll or take a squat instead. Whatever you are choosing to do, feeling this fully. Can your breath be slow and deep? Eventually making your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. Could be hopping out of crow, could be just stepping back, could be taking some movement. Eventually, finding your way to down dog, and then when you're ready, right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's take a twist here. Left elbow across. If you would rather take a different variation, you are welcome. So you could drop the back knee and do a low lunge. You could extend the arms or bind to the arms. Remembering that the outer shape is like the tip of the iceberg. It's just the beginning. And then once you're in some shape, whatever shape you're choosing, how much can you feel here? Last breath. Release hands to the floor. If you have blocks, you may want to grab them. We're going to drop the back knee. If you want to pat it and you have something to put under your knee, you could grab a blanket or cushion. And come back for a hamstring stretch. So we'll inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. Start with hands right under the shoulders as high as you need them. So using props if you have them. And if you do want to go further forward towards splits, Hanumanasana, you're welcome to do so. Finding where your limits are. And then when you're right at your edge, can you open up? Can your breath be deep, your face relax? Can you notice new things? At any moment, backing out a little or going deeper so you don't go beyond your edge, but right up to it. If you did slide forward, you can slide your way back. Let's come into lizard pose. We'll bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot, and then shift your weight forward. You might come down onto your elbows on blocks or the floor. And if this isn't immediately working for you, explore. If you tuck the back toes, you could shift your weight more forward or back. You could turn the right toes out more or less. If you do want to add a quad stretch to this, some of you may want to bend the back leg, reach for your foot and draw it in. If that doesn't work for you, don't do it and don't worry about it. If you were holding the back foot, let it go. Let's make our way to down dog. So again, any movement transition. It could be a vinyasa, could be just stepping back, could be wiggling around in some way. Come down dog when you're ready. Left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Come into a twist here. So something similar to what you did on the first side. One more deep breath here. Release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Take the hips back, inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. And then see how it actually feels. If you do want to slide forward, you're welcome to do that, but listening to the real-time feedback. Sometimes poses that work on some days don't work on others for whatever reason. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot, and then explore lizard pose. What does this have to offer you here now? Is there some way you might shift your weight that this works a little better for your body? If you did add the quad stretch on the other side, you can add that again. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. Moving in any way that works for you. You might use this transition to check in with your body, even out the two sides a bit. Eventually, let's come all the way through to sitting. We'll take the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Feel free to sit up on something if the lift under the hips is useful. You can grab a cushion or blanket. Grab the big toes or ankles with that grip, lengthen and fold. If your elbows meet your legs, you could push into them. If it works better for you to lean into your hands or elbows on the floor, feel free to do that. Going in the direction of length, in the direction of folding. Let's release, bring the upper body back up. Keep your right leg where it is. Open the left leg out to the side. We'll get set up for gate pose, Varigasana. Bring the right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of that straight leg. Big yawning reach through the right side, lengthening both sides of the torso. So you can also lengthen the bottom side of the torso. Let's drop the head towards the floor and then take the top arm out and down until your right shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. So head is falling one way, shoulder dropping the other way. And then press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand, help lift your head. Same thing, other side. Switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big yawning reach. Let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down, pulling down through the left shoulder, looking for a stretch on left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up, and then use that hand to lift your head. Let's open both legs wide. Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. Feel free to sit up on something, a little lift under the hips or hands on the floor to help sit you tall. And if you want to fold forward, if you're able, you can also lean into your hands or a block or props or elbows in front of you. If your feet fall one way or the other, see if you can keep bringing them so the toes point straight up. If it's useful, you might close your eyes, separating your intention from the result. So wholehearted, 100% moving towards your fullest expression to pose, and then as best you can, allowing it to be like this, just like this, however it looks, however it feels. Notice the resistance to that and see if you can let that melt away. Mm. Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. Lean back, draw the legs in, give them a little shake out, and then roll back onto your back. Let's bring both knees in and just take a little check in with your body. We are moving towards the end of class, so now would be a good time to get in any last pose or couple poses that you'd like. So it could be anything. Maybe you want to take some back bends, an inversion, spinal twist, restorative pose. Maybe just wiggling around, doesn't even have to be a yoga pose. Anything or nothing. If nothing's needed, start getting comfortable. Putting on layers or grabbing props. A little self massage can be useful. Any part of your body that is chronically tight or needs help releasing right now. Take all the time you need, there's no rush. If you are still working through your active practice, keep feeling what you're doing, keep your breath deep, and then when you do get into Shavasana, that's when you can let go of all effort. Let the weight of your body just relax into the support underneath you. Let go of trying to breathe deeply. Breath can be natural. Can let go of trying to be present or have any particular experience. Just total release. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Let this movement increase gradually, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in, roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. Bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. You might let that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide, maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.